Hey everybody, welcome back to Tenza Motorsports. Today we're going to be working on the Ram 2500. Today we're going to be doing headlights, fog lights, the center brake light, and then the tail lights. Now, unlike most videos that sit there and drag you along forever and ever, the people who are here to see things get removed, let's get straight to that. And then the people who are here to see what the truck looks like with the new lights that we're going to be unboxing and then installing, and then going over and doing a review of, stick around even longer than that. So we're gonna be starting with the headlights. We'll do fog lights, center light, and then tail lights. So the headlight is super easy. First, you remove this trim piece here. Then there's gonna be one bolt straight back. There's two down here at the bottom. There's one that just barely out of range of the camera right here. You can see the tab right there. Then there's the third one back here. If you wanna just do the corner marker, that is a Phillips on my truck. I'm not sure if this has been replaced or not. There's a screw right here. So to remove the headlights, there's only 4 bolts. So we'll get that done real quick. So there you go, super easy to do. This is the first time I've ever done a headlight on a Ram, and I think I got it off in like 2 minutes. So you've got one bolt here, one bolt there, and then one bolt back here. Those are 10mm. And then the one that was sitting on the side here was really only if you wanted to remove the corner marker all by itself, but I was able to get it all off, disconnect the headlights, and then just make sure you don't touch the bulbs. Now, moving on to the fog lights. There are 2 1/2-inch nuts straight down. It's really hard to see them, but as soon as you put your hand right back behind the fog light here, you can actually feel those studs sticking out. It's really easy to find them. As soon as you undo those, sometimes the bracket is actually glued back behind here, so you kind of have to tap it a little bit. I've seen people use hammers, and that might be a little bit extreme. You might be able to just wiggle it loose, but sometimes it is glued in quite firmly. This was a little bit more difficult to get out, but pretty straightforward again. There's where those 2 bolts are coming through, and then they poke out the back side. Those are a 1/2-inch, so you'll want to just reach back in there. If you can take this piece off, it might be a little bit better, or have a buddy come and hold that back so that you don't damage the back of your hands. But there you go, there's the fog light out. So we got headlight out, fog light out. Now we're gonna go to the center brake light, which sits back here just behind the cab. All right, this one is unbelievably straightforward. You've got a Phillips here and a Phillips there. So you just undo these. Then all you do is disconnect that plug, and then you should be able to remove, replace, fix your center brake light. So now we move on to the tail lights. Removing the tail lights is super easy. Again, there are 2 screws here. They are Torx. It's a T25. There's one here at the bottom, one here at the top. Once you remove those, this will pull straight towards you. So simple enough. I think I removed all 4 of these pieces in like maybe 10 minutes. Now granted, I do have another headlight, another fog light, and one more of these, but that means that you can remove and potentially replace all of these items, both sides and the center brake light, front to back, and have the whole process take like 30 minutes at most. So if this removal is all you were here for, thanks for watching. Subscribe, maybe I'll have some other content you are interested in. For the rest of you who are here to see the new headlights, taillights, fog lights, all that fun stuff, we're gonna be doing some unboxing, get those new ones out, and then be getting them put onto the truck. I also have some new upgraded bulbs that we're gonna be using in the front. Pretty excited to get all that done. Let's go grab those boxes and get everything unpacked. So here's all the lights and whatnot. I did already open this because I wanted to make sure they weren't broken when I first got them. So these are the halogen bulbs that we're gonna be going to. The truck uses the same bulbs for high beam and low beam, so that's what those are gonna be used for. These are lumen. The links to all of these will be in the description below if you are interested in buying one for yourself. So I didn't want to black out the lights, and I think I mentioned this in another video, but I was being really careful about which headlights I picked. I didn't want to put something on that looked too new for the pickup. So all these halo rings and the LEDs and stuff like that, they just don't look quite right. I almost did some LED fog lights, but I decided not to. So that's why I kind of just did the OEM style smoked. This is one piece instead of a separate side marker. This is actually one unit across here. And then obviously there's the smoked fog light. This center brake light is actually quite a bit darker than I thought it was gonna be, but I'm not super worried about it. It'll look good. And then as you can tell, these are stock taillights. And the reason I like these so much is because it's just a really good looking setup. This piece here in the middle is tinted to match the rest of this. And then it's just a really simple looking top and bottom. This is a brake light, there's a reverse light, and then this is just a reflector. There's actually not a light that goes down here. So we're gonna unbox the other fog light, headlight, and tail light, and then we'll get all this mounted up. And then I'll turn everything on so we can see all of the individual pieces working. Well, there you have it. Old stuff is out, new stuff is in. I'm very happy about the way that this has turned out so far. I did find a couple bulbs that I either had ruined myself during the install or that were already ruined. The batteries were disconnected because we've been doing so much work to the truck and I didn't check all the bulbs before I put everything back together. So I've got a turn signal on the driver's side in the front and then a rear backup bulb here on the passenger side. So not a big deal. I'm gonna go grab those new bulbs, but I'm very happy with the way this turned out. I will have the links to all of these down in the description below. So if you are interested in any of these smoked out items, definitely make sure to check them out. This whole set, headlight, taillight, fog lights, and the rear center brake light, I think were like around $200 or something like that. It wasn't very much money. It's a great looking upgrade. These high beams are also super, super bright. I'm excited to get the truck back on the road and see exactly how much better it makes it seeing in the dark. If you enjoyed today's content, hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. Any comments or questions, leave them in the comment section below. I do my best to reply to all the comments I receive, whether they're questions or just comments about the video. Also, make sure to check out my Patreon link in the description below. My Patreon members get to enjoy early ad-free access of my content. They get to see it several weeks in advance, and that starts at just $1 a month, so make sure to check that out. Also, make sure to check out my Instagram link in the description below as well. Give me a follow. That helps me out a lot too. Thanks again, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.